When you apply for Social Security Disability Benefits, SSDI, one of the bits of information that we look at, that judges look at, is something called your date last insured for disability. Basically what this has to do with is the date that your credits run out. When you work and you earn credits, then you stop working, those credits will typically remain in force for 3, 4, 5 years, and you can still apply and claim disability benefits even if you haven't worked for a couple of years. However, if you haven't worked for 10 or 11 years, you may have what they call a date last insured problem. You don't have enough credits to pursue disability benefits. Why is this important, and what do you need to know about it when you prepare your case for hearing, when you testify to a judge? I'm Jonathan Ginsberg. I'm a Social Security disability attorney. I represent clients nationwide, from California to Maine, Texas, Oklahoma, you name it, all over the country. And I deal with this sometimes where I represent a client who stopped working 7, 8, 9 years ago, but is clearly disabled and wants to pursue disability benefits. One of the first things I want to find out is, what is their date last insured for SSDI benefits? Because generally speaking, if somebody is in their 40s or 50s, and they've worked pretty much full time up until the time they stopped, their insured status for SSDI will follow them for about 5 years. It kind of makes sense. If you've got to show you work for 5 out of the last 10 years because you need 20 credits out of 40 quarters, that means that 5 out of 10, so that means when you stop working, your insurance credits will remain in force for about 5 years after you stop working. So if you stop working, and realize you could apply for benefits 10 years after that, as long as your onset date is before your insurance credits ran out. But you need to know that. You need to know what your date last insured is. A lot of times, people have worked recently, their date last insured is in the future. So if I'm doing a hearing in May of 2022, and my client's date last insured is June of 2024, I got no problem, because they're insured. They're going to be insured. Of course, you're grandfathered in if you win, but the insurance status is in the future. But if I'm representing somebody and I'm doing a hearing, or I'm representing somebody who applied for benefits in, let's say, November of 2021, their date last insured was October of 2020, I've got to prove they became disabled prior to October of 2020 to get them into the SSDI program. Otherwise, they're SSI only, with all the problems that brings with it in terms of offsets and things like that. You need to know that, because when you testify, the judge is going to say to you, Mr. Jones, Ms. Jones, please tell me about your condition, using our example, prior to October 31 of 2020. And if you're not expecting that, it can be kind of hard to do, because, maybe 2, 3 years ago, what was going on in your life, in October of 2020, you may not remember. So in preparation for your hearing, you need to look at your medical records, look at your calendars, really be able to testify intelligently what was going on in your life at that point. And the medical record needs to show that you had a disabling condition as of the time your date last insured ran. Because if you, let's say, are using October of 2020 as that's your date last insured, and you developed, terminal cancer, God forbid, in May of 2021, doesn't help you, because the medical issue arose after your date last insured. The disabling medical issue arose after your date last insured. So you've got to go back in time. And I will tell you, from the perspective of a disability attorney, what we call a remote date last insured, something that was a long time ago. So again, let's say I'm recording this in 2022. Let's say that somebody's date last insured ran in 2012, going back 10 years to prove what was going on medically 10 years ago, that is really hard to do, because a medical record's hard to get. Physician's office closed, hospital names change, records get destroyed. It can be really, really difficult to do. So it's not an easy thing, and it's really hard to go back in time that far. So you're much better off applying for disability benefits as soon as you can after you stop working, once you realize you're not going to be able to go back to work. And if you're going for a remote date last insured, realize there's going to be a burden on you to prove that your disability began before that date last insured. But starting point, you got to know what your date last insured is. So sometimes if you call Social Security at 800-772-1213, they'll tell you when you file an application for benefits, that's something that's part of your record that I can find out. And I will tell you, I've had a few cases, a couple come to mind recently, where I filed a case based on what we thought was going to be a viable case. Turns out my client was not insured as of the time his medical issue became significant, and so there wasn't anything I could do for him. So you need to know about the date last insured. You need to know whether you're eligible for SSDI benefits, and if you are, you do have a date last insured that's already ran, you've got to be prepared to testify about what was going on as of that time in your life. Otherwise, you're wasting your time and you're wasting the judge's time, and it doesn't do you any good in a disability application. So if you're not familiar with the term, now you are. Date last insured, find out what it is, find out the date, and react accordingly. Please visit me online at ssdanswers.com if you need more information about the Social Security disability practice. I have a Secrets to Winning Disability Survival Kit you can download there. I've got a place you can ask me for a case evaluation. Again, I handle cases in every state. And if you have any comments on this video, if any thoughts about other videos I might do, let me know. Leave me a comment. Reach out to me through the website or through the YouTube channel. If you think these videos are helpful, go ahead and hit the bell and subscribe to it so you'll get the new ones as they come out. And again, if I can be of help to you, I would be happy to do so. My name again, Jonathan Ginsberg, Social Security Disability Attorney, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you. Hi, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about how to win your Social Security disability case, I'd like to invite you to download my Secrets to Getting Approved Early Survival Kit that I created just for people like you. Currently, I'm making the survival kit available at no cost, and I encourage you to grab your copy now. Some of the topics I cover include: how do I know if I have a case? Is it the right time for me to file my claim? 9 common mistakes that can doom your case. The 3 must-have arguments you use to win your case. And a topic that every disability claimant wants to know: how to avoid trick questions from the judge. If you or a loved one need to win Social Security disability benefits, you'll find the Survival Kit essential reading. Download your Survival Kit right now and at no cost. Just visit ssdanswers.com/survival and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now. And as always, I wish you the best.